Squatch fam! What's up, guys? Hey, let's talk about Patty. So do you know Thinkerthunker? Thinkerthunker is a YouTube channel, and he looks at Sasquatch videos. Weird, right? I know. And he does like proportional analysis. Like he draws lines on them, and he says, this is where these lines don't go. Right? Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about? Are you with me? Are you following me? If you're not, if you don't, you should just go stop watching my dumb channel right now and go watch Thinkerthunker's channel, because it's much, much better than this dumb channel. But what I'm trying to get at is this. He did some measurements on Patty and came up to the conclusion that... That's how you say words. He came up to the conclusion that Patty's measurements don't really fit human proportions. Her arms are too long, or her legs are too short, or what have you. And it was very scientific. The whole thing seems very scientific. And I thought, well, that's cool. That's great. And you know what the great cool thing about science is? If you can do it, I can do it. Monkey see, monkey do. And I just thought, why not double check him? Why not check his work? So that's what I did. I checked his work. So I just picked out like 3 frames. Let's just put the picture on full screen so you don't have to watch me turn around to the camera. And I'll just keep on recording the audio. I picked out 3 good frames. These 3. This one, and this one. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not like an expert at this, in anatomy or measuring things. I mean, I guess I'm pretty good at measuring things, but... So I measured my own body to find what points on my body I needed to measure to get the 80% arm to leg ratio that a human's supposed to have. And based on what I found on my own body, that's what I used to try to pick the best points on Patty here to measure. So that's how I came up with that. And I just tried to do the best I could. If you don't think I did a very good job, tell me down in the comments why and how I could have done better, or do it better yourself. So let's look at the first one. Here's the first one. Measured it up, and after I took out all these lines and straightened them out and put them next to a ruler, this is what I got. So I've got the left leg on the left, the arm in the middle, and the right leg on the right. And I'm getting, just about a 90% arm to leg ratio, which I'm going to say is pretty far off from 80%. Definitely. Now, if you don't trust my methods here, if you think I fudged these lines a little bit, I will make another video, because I don't want to make this one too long. I'll make another video that shows how I did it, okay? I totally screen capped the process of making these lines just for that reason, because I know how suspicious everybody is about this kind of stuff. So that's the first one. That's what I got, a 90%. We'll move on to the second one. Here she is. And then here I got an even, the left leg came out a lot longer on this one than the right leg did, so I got it. And even going off the left leg, I'm still getting 95% for the arm. So that's that. I mean, make of that what you will. Of course, I would, honestly, on this one, I feel like I was a little bit generous with that left leg. I really think I was. But hey, I was trying to if I was going to be biased, I was trying to bias Patty more towards human measurements just to be safe, you know what I mean? I think I was a little bit long on the left leg on this one too, it looks like. Either that or short on the right leg. And that's how those ones line up. So we're getting... That one's if I go off the left leg, that's the closest to human so far. If I go off the right leg, not even in the same ballpark as a human. Honestly, that left leg, that's a really, really long arm human to be 85% there. those measurements. So just based on those 3 frames there and the measurement I got, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not getting the exact same ratio that Thinkerthunker got, but I can confirm his conclusion that Patty's measurements are non-human. And now I need to change the battery in the camera. So we're going to split this into 2 takes. Okay, I'm back. Where was I? Thinkerthunker was right. Well, I don't know what he's right about, what he's wrong about. What I am saying is I'm coming to the same conclusion as him. The Patty doesn't seem human. Right? At least the proportions don't fit human proportions, okay? So here's something else I wanted to show you, though. There's this guy. And who's this guy, you may ask? I don't know. I was kind of hoping you did. When I found him in a video that claims to say Patty's bullshit, it's a man in a gorilla suit. And they show a couple stills of this guy. These 2 stills. This one and this one. And you don't get to see this guy moving. You don't get to see this any more frames of this weird shaped man with a very, very large hand. So I don't know what this is about, but something looked fishy to me. At first I was like, oh my God, that's actually, pretty freaking close, right? Then I thought, hey, you know what? Let's just measure the dude. Let's measure him up, see what's up. So I did. I measured both these frames, and this is what I got. Let me pull it up so I can look at it while I tell you. Guy. One of him from behind. Measuring his left leg seemed like a joke. You know what I mean? Why would I try to measure his left leg? I'm getting way under. I didn't even realize when I made this picture. I measured this one out to 11 instead of 10. And that goes to 8. So that's way, way less than Patty. We could attribute the short arm possibly to the arm being bent just a little bit, maybe. I'm not sure. Or, there's funny angles. Who knows if I'm measuring this right, or, maybe I was too generous on the leg or whatever. I didn't see any reason to leave the left leg in the measurement, though, because it's way too bent and at an angle. There's no way to get a good measurement off of that. And then there's this one, the one of him from the side, kind of, which I think is pretty good. I had a really hard time figuring out where his wrist is. If you look at this picture, he's got what appears to be a wristwatch. He's also got what appears to be a gigantic freaking hand. And I don't know what that's about. Has this picture been tampered with? It looks funny to me. The picture looks funny to me. But anyway, he's got human measurements anyway. He measures right up to a human. And in the video, it showed him right next to these couple pictures of Patty. This one, and then it showed this one. I saw that frame of Patty, and I thought, gosh, look at that straight arm and that straight leg. So I did. I picked that frame right out, and I took a measure on it. And lo and behold, I'm coming out at, what's that, 98%? Sorry, 88%. 88% the length of the leg from the arm. God, that's not quite the same as what Thinkerthunker was coming up with, but it's definitely in the non-human range, especially when you compare it to the other ones. And yeah, so that's my measurements and comparisons, proportions. Patty seems non-human to me. The other thing, I thought this guy looked kind of weird, so I wanted to superimpose him over Patty to see what I could. I did this. Patty put right next to the mystery man, scaled down to the same size as him. This is the same cutout I used in the little comparison that I just showed you, so I just kind of put her where she looks like she's standing on the ground, I guess. There's a couple things that stand out to me. One, the arm. His arm just seems a lot smaller than hers. Two, her head seems way more massive than his. And three, her legs they seem to be a little bit shorter than his. Again, I don't know who this guy is, where he came from, or what he's doing, but I sure do wish I had some moving footage of him and his massive hands. So it appears to me also that Patty is a little bit more hunched over than he is, especially in the head area and the shoulders. But I imagine standing her up straight would make her a lot taller, and then I'd have to scale her down even more, which would make the legs even shorter. You know, they're just some really striking differences that stand out to me. Okay, and now we'll go to this next picture. And what really stands out to me in this one is Patty's butt, first of all. But the head, again, the mass of the head and how far forward her face is. That is not a human head, right? That is a gorilla suit head. And then what is going on over here with the dude's body? Like, I couldn't even figure out which part of this to cut out. Who is this guy? And why are his hands so big? And what is he doing? Why is he so blurry? Why is Patty more clear than him? The ears. Look at the ears on Patty. The butt. Big old booty. I mean, come on. I don't know. Just some really key differences stand out to me between these two things. And I don't know who this is. I don't know if anybody's even paying attention to this guy right here or not. Or if anybody cares. But I saw it and I thought I'd take a look at it and share it with you. So there it is, Squatch fam. Have a look. Tell me what you think. So what am I saying here? What am I saying? I'm saying Thinkerthunker did a pretty good job. I don't think he's making shit up. I don't know why comments are disabled on some of his videos, but that's neither here nor there. Patty doesn't seem human to me. Again, if this is a gorilla suit, it's a really good one. It's a really freaking good one. And you know, this guy here obviously is a lot more stout than the guy who claims to be the man in the gorilla suit that is Patty. This guy. Like, I'll get a picture of him. My editor will put a picture of the guy right here, and you'll see that even if I'm going to say this was a man in a gorilla suit, somebody like this, shaped like this man isn't shaped like that. And even still, this weird blob man Hulk thing, his proportions don't match up to Patty's. They don't. And the other thing is, I want you to look at his leg. I bet you already did. I bet you already looked at his leg, didn't you? Because you think like I do. And whenever you see a picture of a Sasquatch or a video of a Sasquatch or somebody pretending to be a Sasquatch, the first thing you look at is that trailing leg, isn't it? Oh, gosh. I've wanted to see that leg up, you know? Maybe the Faker Daker guy here just doesn't know that. But all the other fakers do. All the other fakers that are wearing their gorilla suits up at the top of a mountain, you know, in 6 feet of snow, they know to keep their leg trailed. There's like a secret society, a secret cabal of expert Bigfoot fakers that have professional suit makers that will make these suits for the drop of a hat. Like, these suits are obviously readily available to the public. It's just I don't seem to know where to find one. Or nobody else does either. So, where are all these fakers coming up with their suits? That's what I want to know. Did I get way off track? Was that way off the point of the video? Did I make my point already? Are you guys happy? Are you satisfied? Did you already click away or did you hang in to the end? Click the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. We're going to do this. We're going to analyze Bigfoot. I'm going to go in the mountains and look, because I think I've got signs right by my house. Check out my other video that I uploaded. And I'm going to go back up there again. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing this. I'm going to draw lines on everything. We're going to put those lines up next to each other. And that's how we're going to prove that Bigfoot is real. Or something. I don't know. Is that stupid? Just hit the like button if you liked it. Did I do a good job? Tell me if I did a good job. Tell me if I did a bad job. Did I do a bad job? I probably did a bad job. I probably had more to say.